Hi, Kat here. Today I'm going to do another IPSY video. I know, like 3 in a row. Um, Sorry, it's a new thing and I like makeup, so I'm gonna do it. So I actually treated my face with one of these face masks earlier and it felt like goo. Like it had a kind of gross texture to it to me, like it kind of felt similar to aloe vera. That really like gooey, sticky, but super slippery at the same time texture. My face, it does feel kind of moisturized. By the way, I did just wash my hands because I'm going to be touching my face a little bit. And by the way, yes, I am in my closet. Yeah. So I did one of these. I'm gonna give the rest of these to my mom's because they're for fine lines and wrinkles, which I don't have. My mom doesn't really have a lot of them either. She looks really good for her age. But I guess I did have like the smallest smile lines. And you can't really see them when I'm not, actually smiling. So maybe it did plump out those wrinkles a little. So, hey, there was a cat laying on my blanket curtain thingy. So this is one of the IPSY products. I'm not going to do my full face with IPSY products because I only have this one. And by the way, I'm going to be doing another one soon anyways because my small trial sized one is coming in. So I'm going to do like, I think a single pump should actually do my face, and I'm going to use my fingers because I don't want it to just soak into the brush or the applicator or anything. So I'm going to just do one itty bitty pump. And this is a hydrating primer. Okay, I'm gonna do another pump because last time, like, it went, I'm gonna use it on my eyes too. It went a long way with just one pump, and I'm gonna use another half a pump. Okay, but it doesn't seem like it went as far on my face, but that could also be because it's still going into my fingers. Alright, that is that, using this hydrating watermelon burst primer by whatever brand this is. Again, I'm not gonna pronounce it because I don't want to mispronounce it. So moving on from that, I guess it's time to put my foundation on. Do I actually want to do a foundation? I mean, I guess I put on primer, so I should put on foundation, right? See how it does. Okay, there's a cat on my head. Get down. Stop. This is not your ramp. Honestly, I did this because I felt like it was better than cleaning my room, which I have to do soon anyway. My landlord's coming. Alright, I'm using a foundation brush because I don't feel like going and wetting a sponge. I'm going to just do it straight on my face. And yes, this is a super cheap brand of foundation. It's literally the stuff you can get at the dollar store. I'm gonna look at my mirror, which is right there. So I think I used too much foundation. I can kind of already tell that.
I'm not usually a makeup brush type person. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna pat it in because I obviously know what I'm doing, right? Watch all the makeup artists cringe because there's any makeup artists actually watching my videos. And yes, I will usually put my foundation over my eyes, which also is not a very accepted thing because foundations can be oily, which can make your stuff slide right off your face. And I used way too much foundation. I'm gonna just blend with my fingers. So I always tap. I know you just saw me like wiping it all over my face, but I was wiping it to get it a little more evenly placed so I could then pat it to a smoother finish, which honestly it's already a little better. And by the way, this is my I haven't bought foundation this summer yet, and I have tanned a decent amount, so it doesn't really match my face anymore. Alright, so next, I always usually do my eyebrows, so I'm gonna plop those on right quick. I'm using a lighter shade than I used to because I'm blonde now. Kind of. Am I blonde? Sort of. And by the way, yes, I know I don't really do this right either because I never learned how to do my brows right. This is still the first ever brow product I ever bought. And I bought it way too long ago to say that. It should definitely be pitched because it is old. I forgot that I used this in the wax last time because it's this NYX. I mean, can't you just tell even by looking at it that I've had it for a long time? I'm actually like almost out of the wax stuff, which usually I, by the way, use my finger for or the actual spoolie brush, but because it's gotten so small I have to use this brush to kind of get it out because there's only like the corners left in the little, would you still call this a palette? In the little brow palette? I brush my brows towards my little glabella. Is that what that's called? I think it is. I think I learned that from a friend who was in beauty school. So I always feather my brows up towards the center of my forehead, I guess is the easier way to say it. By the way, if I seem like I'm doing it in a weird order, that's because this is just my way. I never actually learned how to do makeup. I'm doing makeup how random people on YouTube have taught me. And not good ones either. It's just like random videos that I would watch on how to do certain like very specific things, and then I just put them all together. So I'm not used to the orders of things. Alright, now I usually do face. So because I have a highlighter from the IPSY bag, maybe I should do a little contour. Which I also usually do not really do. In fact, I don't even have any actual
contouring shades, by the way. I will usually use a brown eyeshadow. So let me pull out my e.l.f. palette and find one of the matte tones in a more gray brown, because I've heard that's what you should use. I'm gonna just use this color here. It's not exactly gray brown, but it's not exactly warm either. Just gonna do the smallest shadow because I don't usually do this. And it's also, you know, eyeshadow. Dang, you can tell though. You can definitely tell it's there. So just blend that out a little. This side looks a little ridiculous. I think I have, yeah, I have a thing it's settled into. Looks pretty terrible. But that's why I'm not a makeup artist, right? So far I've used 2 brushes, which by the way, I cleaned today just for this. I don't usually clean my brushes as often as I should. I also don't have a highlight brush. At all. So, what do I use? I don't want to use my fingers because I just got them in foundation. Alright, I'm going to go against my better judgment and use a eyeshadow brush, which I also just cleaned today. This is from our Urban Decay palette, and I'm going to just put it on this little circle by my eye. On the other eye. And down the bridge of my nose. Oh my goodness, that is so sparkly. Can you see it? Can you see it? I know you can see it on my nose. Okay, so that's product number 2, actually, from my IPSY box. And brush number 3. Alright, so now I usually use a powder. Usually I use a translucent powder, but I haven't bought one. So I have colored powder. I know, I did this, and then I'm going to put colored... Oh, blush. I forgot about my blush, which also is way too old for me to still be using. And it's a cream blush in this super, super bright pigment. And I'm gonna just do this. Makeup wipe, foundation brush, meet each other, woo woo. Alright, usually I do this with the brush I use for contour. So I'm gonna actually wash my duo fibered little whatever brush this is. Oh, it's a contour brush. Would you look at that? I actually used something right. Until I started using it on blush just now. Do this right between the contour and the highlight. Which, by the way, I generally speaking have very rosy cheeks. So there's no real reason for me to use such a harsh and bright product when it comes to my cheeks, but here we are. So I'm gonna kind of make that not as crazy. Woo, I am sparkling. Alright, so now it is time to put my powder on. I'm gonna use this dual fiber face brush, and I'm running out of time, and I still got 2 products to go. So let me just so I'm probably not gonna do eye makeup aside from the mascara. Other than this, I'm gonna literally just do the last 2 IPSY products, which for the most part is all I usually do anyway. I'm not usually a huge person on doing eye makeup aside from my brows and lashes. So speaking of lashes, I'm trying to hurry up, beat the clock. I'm gonna use this Tarte Surfer Curl, which was from the IPSY box. And from what I've seen, works pretty dang well. I just messed up, but we will proceed. Oh no, oh, it's gonna quit, it's gonna quit. Alright, no, no, okay, 1 second.